Do you want to learn solubility rules? Uh-oh. Do you want to learn solubility rules? Uh-oh.
In a park, Nancy was with her friend Kathy, and then she got mad because Kathy tried to steal her boyfriend. So Nancy got mad and she lit her skirt on fire with ammonium, and then she died. So this is a sad story for Nancy and Kathy, but it's a great tool to learn solubility rules. So if you want to remember what's soluble, just remember Nancy lit Kathy with ammonium.
Phosphate and carbonate were the reigning champions year after year of the Solution Town picnic in soluble tug-of-war. Fed up with their continual reign, nitrate and acetate were determined to take away their glory. So they challenged them to their sport, tug-of-war. They lined up on either side of the rope with insoluble in the middle and began to tug and tug and tug as hard as they could. And just when it was about to seem as though phosphate and carbonate were going to win, the sign split in half. The end went to phosphate and carbonate, and the soluble went to nitrate and acetate. And so, for the first year, after almost a decade, they had to call it a draw. This is a good way to remember which eights are soluble and which ones are insoluble. Nitrate and acetate, the winners of the soluble side, are always soluble, and phosphate and carbonate that got the inside are insoluble.
Have you heard of my friend Brickle? My friend Brickle, my friend Brickle. Have you heard of my friend Brickle, who's easily worn down? Except when with a hag at a pub, hag at a pub, hag at a pub. Except when with a hag at a pub, he cannot be worn down. To help you remember the solubility rules for bromide, iodide, and chloride, think of our friend Brickle. Br minus, which is bromide, I minus, which is iodide, and Cl minus, which is chloride. Brickle is soluble when in solution, except when paired with Hagpub. Hg2, 2 plus, is mercury, Ag plus, which is silver, and Pb, 2 plus, which is lead. Sulfate, you gonna hurt your back, dragging that big bag with caps. To help you remember the solubility rule for sulfate, remember our friend sulfate. Sulfate in solution is soluble, except when paired with bag caps. Ba, 2 plus for barium, Ag plus for silver, Ca, 2 plus for calcium, P for Pb, 2 plus, which is lead, and S for Sr, 2 plus, which is strontium.
Hydroxide and sulfide hailed a cab one morning. They both unknowingly got into the same cab, and when each ion discovered the other, they fought over who could stay in the cab. And to be fair, they both decided to get out of the cab.
Carbonate like phosphate agreed that they both like this girl Nancy. Nancy lit her friend Kathy with ammonium. To help you remember the solubility rules for phosphate and carbonate, remember that in solution, both phosphate and carbonate are insoluble, except when mixed with sodium, lithium, potassium, or ammonium. Thus the acronym Nancy lit Kathy with ammonium.
Guess what? You just learned solubility rules. Uh-oh. Guess what? You just learned solubility rules.